Hi again. We have been designing and implementing the bank account classes. Let us put those classes together to transform it into a mini console-based banking application. These are the classes we have already developed. We will enhance it a bit to give a completion. When a new account is opened, an ATM card should be issued to the account holder. An ATM card is associated with an account, or we can say ATM card is composed of an account object, a composition, or has a relationship. Let us define a new class for the ATM card. An ATM card is associated with an account, so we have defined a reference variable for the account. We will link the account object to the card using the setAccount method. There is an integer variable for PIN and a setPIN method to set the PIN. There is a method to check if the PIN entered by user is valid or not. Next, I have a class bank with a main method, which is entry point of the console-based banking application. This class will be responsible for interacting with users, creating their accounts, as well as doing transactions on the accounts. Before going over the code, I will show you the flow of the user interaction. I'm running the bank program right away. There is a welcome message, followed by a prompt to select the type of account the user wants to open. Let's enter savings. Please note that the spelling should match with the one in prompt, although the case can be ignored. If you see, the account has been created with account number as 101 and initial balance as 500. This has been hard-coded into the program. You can modify these as you want or even ask the user for an initial balance. The next thing it does is assigning an ATM card and setting a PIN randomly. Then it prompts for choosing the transaction from checked balance, deposit, withdraw, and exit. Let us enter 2. It is now prompting for the amount to be deposited. Let's enter some value. It has deposited the amount and prints the updated balance. Let's enter 3 and an amount to be withdrawn. Shows updated balance again. After every transaction, it prompts for another transaction. You would have guessed that it is running inside a while true loop. Let us enter 4 now. There is a goodbye message and the application terminates. Please note that this is just a simulation and you can introduce other features that you want. The code is pretty straightforward. The main method calls method user interaction. There is a scanner object which first reads the type of account entered, then calls the createAccount method. We are writing a good code, so we have used an enum for defining the account types. The account type enum defines 2 types of accounts, savings and checking. In future, new types of accounts can be easily added here. Value of returns the enum value corresponding to input string. Now we should construct an account. Another interesting design feature we are using here, the very popular factory design pattern. I will show you the account factory class that I am creating here. This has a getAccount method which accepts the account type enum value as parameter and uses the switch statement to construct either a savings account or checking account. So what do you achieve by doing this? We are actually offloading the account creation work to another class. This class is like a factory, creates objects based on your requirements. This keeps the main program clean and not be bothered with complexities of object creation, if any. This is known as the factory design pattern. The factory design pattern enables us to create objects without exposing the creation logic. The newly created object is referenced using a common class or interface, the superclass account in this case. Let us move ahead. The factory returns us the proper account object, and then we set the account number and initial balance. Next, we create an object of the ATM card class and set the newly created account to this card object. Then we need to generate a PIN and set in the card. Let's see the logic of generating a 4-digit PIN. We create an object of class random and use the object to generate 4 integers using a for loop. The integers should be between 1 and 9, so we call random.nextInt8 and then add 1. There is an array list being used to save these numbers. At the end of the for loop, the array list will contain 4 integers. We initialize a string pin and then concatenate all integers from the templates together to form a string which is then parsed into an integer pin number. A simple logic to randomly generate 4-digit pins. Although there is no good use of a pin right now unless we use a database to store user accounts and their pin numbers and later use the pin for logging. You will learn this in the advanced Java course. Next is a while true loop that prompts user for the transaction, reads the choice. Based on the choice, it performs different operations by calling methods on the account object we already created. This completes our mini banking application. You should do it on your own now and test all the different scenarios, even those that I have not shown here.